Oh, boy. Well, welcome to the Eternal Baseball Podcast. Under duress, because I'll be honest with you, apparently our boy Tino is letting us know that the Detroit Mafia is forming outside the broadcast booth. I'm not sure if that's like the Bills Mafia.
Which one? Yeah, I don't.
It's probably like the Bills Mafia with more intact tables. But we do have a good game for you tonight. It's Detroit and Cleveland in what's a really competitive but not terribly dominant American League North. So Tigers are 4 games back. Cleveland's 2 games back. It's a big game. And the Tigers have had a bit of a shaky season so far. Cleveland too. But that division is totally up for grabs. So one of the bigger games of the season so far. If you're new to the podcast, welcome. We appreciate you tuning in and joining us here. We're here every Sunday night. We'll give you a little bit of news and notes on the week that was in Eternal Baseball, and then we get right into it. Try to bang out nine innings, sometimes more, of baseball in an hour. We call it the best hour of baseball you'll see all week.
Welcome, Dave.
Dave McDonald, we'll see it.
Man, Tino's on 2 accounts right now.
Right, he's doubling up. Look at this, Turtles Whip Notes for our boy Cameron Fletcher. Appreciate it.
There we go. Yeah,
and we are, like last week, we're broadcasting on Facebook Live at the same time, too. So, and I sent it out to our Detroit fan pages and our Cleveland fan pages. So, we may get the spare Cleveland fan in here who's furious that we're not calling them the Indians anymore. We get a lot of that online. And if you haven't heard the disclaimer, we refer to all franchises by their current names. So that's why the St. Louis Browns are the Baltimore Orioles. That's why the Washington Senators are either the Twins or the Texas Rangers, depending on what Senators team you're talking about. That's why they aren't the Houston Colt 45s anymore.
You might have to make an exception for that one. That one's pretty cool.
Pretty cool, right? The fact that Washington couldn't be the Bullets anymore, but 20 years prior, 30 years prior, they legit had the Colt 45s playing in Houston. That's not bad.
That's pretty slick.
But yeah, we call all teams by their current names, except Montreal, because the Montreal Expos in Eternal Baseball exist separately from the Washington Nationals. So there you go. There's the red tape. There's the fine print. That's what we got going on. Trying to think what we had going on this week in Eternal Baseball. It was a rough week for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We'll get into that very shortly. I had a no-hitter this week, and I'm absolutely blanking on who threw it. It was our first. I think our first one of the season was Jared Weaver for the Angels a couple of weeks ago. So that was super exciting.
Let me look it up.
It was
on my tongue too.
Man, it was against Texas, and it was Carl Wildman, St. Louis Brown, who's with the Browns. Of course, moved to Baltimore. So the great Hall of Fame type Browns players play for Baltimore. So Carl Wildman, who's been Baltimore's ace this year, threw a no-hitter against Texas, and Texas has some bats. And the funny part was it was former Oriole Rafael Palmeiro walking in the 8th inning to ruin the perfect game. Now, it could have been somebody else, but it was pretty late in the 8th inning. So cool to see a couple of no-hitters popping up. But as I teased earlier, there's something to get into here. A couple things. Poor Arizona Diamondbacks, who, like we always say, the expansion team, the younger the expansion team, the harder a task they have in Eternal Baseball, because they don't have the depth of roster to compete with some of the other teams. So Arizona's got it rough, so rough, as a matter of fact, that their 14-game losing streak has dropped them into the cellar of the whole league at 14 and 45. So we shook them up a little bit and activated some pitchers and trying our best to get them moving, but there may be no saving the good ship Diamondback this year. But in season 9 of Eternal Baseball, you should have Corbin Burns joining your squad. So you got that to look forward to.
There we go.
4 years from now. What else do we have? There's some birthdays today. John Matlack, Chris Sabo, Phil Nevin, For you Yankees fans out there, Byung-Hyun Kim, Anthony Young, and this guy from like the 1890s. Don't know anything about him, except his name is Mac MacArthur. So Mac. Arthur, salute to you, my friend. And happy birthday, of course. I think he would be like 137 years old. So good for you, Mac. You look great. Where around the league, Hilton Smith, the ace of your Birmingham Knights, is leading the entire league in strikeouts, 151 with 5 innings pitched. So not bad for Hilton Smith, who's filling in for Satchel Paige, who had such a rough start. He actually got deactivated for a little bit.
That's amazing. Wow.
I mean, he was like 1-8. I can't have Satchel Paige lose 30 games.
He loses 30 games.
Yeah, half our subscribers are called. So yeah, we'll spare him that. Carl Mays, the ace of the Red Sox, which still tickles me, on a team with Cy Young, Roger Clemens, and Pedro Martinez. It's 12-0 Carl Mays with a 2.4 ERA, who's killing it up in Boston.
Amazing.
In Seattle, Alvin Davis, Sun Devil, 19-game hit streak.
Yeah.
He is one behind Ichiro, had a 20-game hit streak, and somebody else had a 21-game. I forget who, but Davis is closing in on this season's high water mark.
Was it Knapp?
Might have been Knapp Lajoie. Let me say that. I think that's right. Might have been. Yeah, I think it might. Matter of fact, I think it was. And then your home run leaders in the AL and the NL are tied with 19. That's Lou Gehrig from the New York Yankees and Mel Ott, known for his brevity, from your San Francisco Giants. So that's what's going on around the league. And that brings us to the week that was.
A couple comments here.
Record-wise. Oh yeah, let's see. I got running on in my mouth. Let's see.
Ty Cobb, yeah.
Oh man, we did put out anytime someone associated with Eternal Baseball at all passes on, we make sure to put up a memoriam. And we did one from Bob Uecker this week, and I think it was Tim Kirkchen on Buster Olney's Baseball Tonight podcast said, how amazing is it that a guy who was a local broadcaster, right, not a national broadcaster, became maybe the most beloved character. I mean, I would say character, but person in the whole sport, at least for a while, right? Like, hard to believe that the impact he had for a guy who, I mean, I don't want to sell him short as being just a regional broadcaster. Like, he was the voice of the Brewers forever. And aside from being hysterical, he was also a damn good announcer. So I don't want people to get lost in the clownishness part of Bob Uecker. His humor was so on point, but he was also a brilliant, brilliant broadcaster.
What I mean, when you think of broadcasters, you think of Vince Scully and him, right? Like that's.
I mean, pretty much, right?
At least from our generation, I'm sure there's. If you're a little bit older, there's some that
I think just
resonated more, but
having that connection with one team, right? Like, I think John Miller in San Francisco is one of the best ever, but he was the Orioles voice, and then he was the Sunday Night Baseball voice, and then now he's the Giants voice. And so, not that his skills have dropped off ever, but it's a little different when you hear them in different places, as opposed to Bob Uecker, the voice of Milwaukee, right? Or Vince Scully, the voice of the Dodgers. Something
exactly.
Said for
Tino's going too, yeah.
Oh yeah, who else? Oh, Ernie Harwell, absolutely.
Yeah.
Who would read the poem? I need to look it up. But.
We didn't get too much Harwell out in Central Oregon growing up, though.
Yeah, absolutely, not a lot, but I mean, it is Tigers Guardians tonight, so. Yeah, just a great deal. And they played a little bit of his Hall of Fame speech on that same podcast. And he said, one of the most important things to him was passing the game on to his family and to his sons. And that the year that his sons played on the same team in the Little League title game, wherever, in Milwaukee, I'm sure. And his first son struck out 3 times. And his second son threw away the ball that let the winning run score. And Uecker said, I'm sure he made the whole thing up, but he deadpanned, and I couldn't have been prouder. Right? Like we know where they got that from.
So good.
He was, and I think they said he appeared on the Tonight Show more than 100 times.
Wow.
Like they just had him on because Carson was told he was funny, and he had Carson, who was a lot of people don't know Johnny Carson was a stand-up comic before landing the Tonight Show gig, and he loved stand-up comedy. And Euchre killed him. If you look up any of the old clips on YouTube, Euchre's just absolutely phenomenal. He said he killed Carson with a line once when he said, "So you were in the big leagues, right? You got drafted by the Brewers." He said, "Yeah." He said, "Well, how much was that signing bonus?" He said, $2,000, and my dad didn't have a penny more. So, I got to write the bit on our website about him, and I was really, really happy about how I wrapped it up. At the end, it just said, 90 years and still too soon.
Absolutely.
And somebody, one of the fans online said, "Who wrote that? Bravo." And I'm like, yeah.
Wow, well done.
Appreciate it. I'll take kudos wherever I can.
Let's get some positive feedback, right?
Yeah, a little bit. And then the Cleveland fans beat me up, and Kansas City wants Frank White. But yeah. It is kind of apples and oranges, but
we can't argue Harwell.
There ain't nothing wrong with Ernie Harwell. A lot of people don't like Joe Morgan. I was okay with Joe Morgan on the mic. Braves not Brewers. Anyway. He said another funny bit. He said that he was trying to catch Phil Necro's knuckleball. And it was a game where I think it must have been Phil versus Joe. And so the parents were at the game right behind home plate. And he said he spent more time with their parents that weekend than they did. So good for you. Yeah, Bob Euchre will absolutely be missed and absolutely marry the game. And I was trying to come up with other guys who were that beloved in a sport, like nationally. Like nobody, even division rivals, loved Bob Euchre. So it says something for a guy who made such a great contribution to the sport. All right, so let's take a look at this week. See if I can do this right. With audio. Right here. That's where it messes me up. Share. There we go. So right up top, we got our Arizona Diamondbacks. As we said, they'd lost 14 in a row, back-to-back 0-6 weeks. They had another one back in week 5. So that's 3 winless weeks for the Diamondbacks so far. It's just an absolute debacle of a season down there. So we hope the actual Diamondbacks have a good year this year and help wash the stink away.
I'll mitigate it.
Oh, man. Other rough weeks, the Marlins at 1-5. And the Rays, 0-6, an absolute capsizing. Which is a shame because they were competitive the 3 weeks before. I was hoping they were turning the corner, right? But
right.
Here we go. Here's another good Eucharism. Yeah, an absolute classic. The traitor injected. There you go. He was the guy who said the best way to catch a knuckleball is to pick it up when it stops rolling. Let's see, good weeks this week. Birmingham's waking up, which is bad news for Kansas City and Texas, who did not pounce when they should have. 4 straight weeks. Yeah, they're gone. They might be over. Every year, right? That's without Satchel Paige, but they don't care. The Red Sox, back-to-back 5-1 weeks. They're very strong. I love that the Rockies are 13 games under 500, but ripped off a 5-1 week. I think Larry Walker was player of the game for them, like 4 of those 6 games. So appreciate that, Larry. The Yankees had a very strong week, 5-1. The Giants at 5-1 are tightening that race in the NL West against the Dodgers, and I'll show you that here in just 1 second. Let me shrink this guy down. Here we go. So here's exactly what we're looking at. It's still 5 games with San Fran, but they are making up some ground with the Dodgers. Let's see. Houston is 3 up on Atlanta in the South. In the North, NL North, usually the most competitive division, Cubs have the lead, but St. Louis and Pittsburgh are just 2 games back. Philly looks like they're going to run away with the East. They're up 9 games on Montreal. Out west, the A's have started to scuffle just a little bit, but they're still 7 games up on Minnesota and 8 on Seattle. But one of those 2 teams would be a wild card team, be Minnesota right now, if the season ended today. So they've still got plenty to play for. Birmingham now up 6 games on Kansas City, 7 on Texas. In the AL North, which is where we're playing, having fun tonight, the White Sox are in first place, which is good news for White Sox fans because it's been a long run for the Southsiders. 30-30, so 500 it gets you first place. Cleveland's a game and a half back, Milwaukee 2 games back, Detroit 3.5 games back. This is based on tomorrow's schedule because I have simulated all of tomorrow's games except our game of the week. So a chance for both Cleveland, well, not both, Cleveland or Detroit to make up some more room tonight. Let's see here.
Cameron had a couple comments.
Yeah. Let's see here. Cameron's
Rose,
our Cubs and Royals guy.
Hanging around, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not bad. And they had a set with Birmingham this weekend. So talk about, white knuckle time. And spoiler, it has not gone well. But yeah, Cole Reagans. Let's see what we're talking about. I'll show you, a little inside baseball here. So Kansas City pitchers. We're looking for Cole Reagans. Looks like 110 is his pitch limit, which is about right. Most starters are 110 to 125, except for the old school guys who will get up to like 140 or 150. Because A, science wasn't as good back then, and B, they didn't care. So, but it looks like Reagans is supposed to be able to throw 110. He has thrown only 60 innings in 12 starts this year. So that's Blake Snell syndrome. I don't know exactly why that is, but it looks like he's been ringing up high pitch counts in limited innings. But he hasn't been bad. Actually, he's been quite good. 3-4, but with a 2.23. So, and Cameron gets full credit for Al Fitzmaurice, who by ERA at least has been their best player at 2.08 because he waved the flag and said, hey, what about Al Fitzmaurice? Maybe he should be on the squad. And by the numbers, he was absolutely right. And we love that. If there's a player missing from your favorite team, let us know. We aren't experts in any one team, and certainly not all 32. So if there's somebody you think we've missed, let us know. If the numbers bear it out, we'll make the change right away. There's a Mets reliever I'd never heard of before, Skip Lockwood from the 70s, who apparently had a really good spike. And again, you only need 3 really good years to have, a shot at making an internal baseball roster. So I think Skip Lockwood is going to cost Craig Swan his job this week, which is a shame because Craig Swan's a great name and Sun Devil. But whatever, we got Devils everywhere. It's not that big a deal. Okay, so it's Cleveland and Detroit, or Detroit at Cleveland tonight. In game 1 of the series, Earl Averill drilled 2 homers, drove in 4 runs. Shane Bieber, just added to the active roster, got the win in his first start of the year. Cleveland beat Detroit 9-4. Game 2, George Mullin gave up 5 earned runs in the first inning and 2/3 to dig Detroit into a hole. Jim Bunning came in with 6 good relief innings, but as I say, the horse was out of the barn. Al Rosen and Grady Sizemore both homered, and Cleveland took game 2 8-5. And that brings us to tonight's game. So let's fire this up. Again, take a snapshot. Here are tomorrow's scores as we fire up Cleveland and Detroit. Get right here. Okay. Make sure you can hear this. Oh, not yet. First, we got to set the roster. Here we go. So Tino's our biggest Detroit supporter. So he's going to get a lot of pull here as long as he can type fast. as we set up the lineup. It is Hal Newhouser tonight, who's been dynamite every year until this year when he started to struggle. So it'll be Newhouser for Detroit. And then I don't know much about Jim Bagby, but it's his turn for your Cleveland Guardians. I almost did it. So we're looking at a right-handed pitcher. We'll go batting by right-handed. Here we go. So Harry Heilman's hurt right now, the defending American League MVP. That can't be helping him much. But we got plenty of guys to dance with here. And, I mean, it's almost always Ty Cobb, who's 271 against righties. We like that because Cobb notoriously has been underrepresented in the batting average category for us. If we were splitting up lefties and righties, that would put Sam Crawford third. Looks like Lance Parrish cleaning up. And Al Kaline in right field. Again, Tino, sound off, and your voice will be heard here because we want to
do one long post with all
right. We want to give your
starting 9
the best shot possible. Let's see. Rudy York can play first, but it's kind of ugly, so he'll probably DH. Bill Free. Oh, we won't play freehand because we're playing Parrish today. But that puts Hank Greenberg, a better glove at first base. Alan Trammell at short. Charlie Garrett. I always get it wrong. I think it's Gehringer. Yeah. Tino, help us out. And then
it's busy typing.
Here's the big one, and then I would love to have your thoughts on this. A stone glove of Miguel Cabrera at third base, or a decent glove of Carlos Guillen. They're actually kind of close at OPS, which is terrifying. But
I'm guessing it goes Cabrera.
I mean, it's hard not to put Miguel Cabrera. Plus, Guillen can sub in all over the place later on because he plays everywhere. But unless we hear different, Tino, in 3.
Why don't you just put Cabrera in there, and then we can go do our lineup and the other one, and then we can come back if needed.
That's a good call. So let me know if you want anything changed there. Oh,
okay.
Yeah, I can play freehand at first, but then I'm playing both catchers in the starting lineup. Well, no, I guess I could work because I could play freehand. I could move freehand to catcher from first. Hang on.
Yeah, no worries.
Let me get back here.
Start Cabrera. All right. We're rolling.
So freehand instead of
Greenberg? Or just instead of
or instead of York.
You can play but move him to middle lineup. Cabrera to middle lineup. I don't know.
Start Cabrera, but move him up. Okay, hang on.
I think you could get rid of or you could get rid of Parrish probably, huh?
No, Parrish has the best OPS against righties.
I thought, is it limited though? It's pretty high.
It's not a ton. Let's see. I mean, we can look at overall. Oh yeah, 16.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'd go freehand. Yeah.
All right. So hang on. Let me get back to. So freehand will actually have catch here, and then we'll move Cabrera up.
Looking good.
You know what you could do here?
Looks great, actually.
Yeah, I'm thinking you could DH Cabrera instead of York and play Carlos Guillen at third and get yourself a better glove at third base.
Looks pretty
Gentlemen, discuss. Let us know. We can come back and change it. Over on the Cleveland side, it's funny because Cleveland has like dynamite center fielders. Kenny Lofton isn't even on the squad, right?
That's amazing.
And I think he's one of the most underrated players of all time for a stinking U of A Wildcat, but whatever. But most of these guys only play center field. Earl Averill, fantastic, only plays center field. Tris Speaker, incredible, only plays center field.
And then so how much of a negative would you get if you moved him to the left? Probably not too bad. If I played
Averill in left, he goes from a 6 to a 3.
Oh, that's kind of silly.
It kind of hurts, right? Like, Cameron Fletcher wants Greenberg. Didn't I leave Greenberg in there?
He's in there, yeah.
Yeah, he's in there. I didn't bench Greenberg. So
let's get Knapp in there.
Love Knapp. Let's see. So we got 2 lefties, 2 righties. So if it's Averill,
Let's put Knapp in the 2-hole.
Knapp in the 2. Rosen, it looks like cleaning up. He homered yesterday.
Dave wanted
look at Larry Doby, an 8 in center field, a 3 in right field. Like,
that's silly.
Unless he's terrified of the wall, the perpendicular wall. Like, what's going on here? Freehand in for Greenberg. Yeah, we took a look at Lance Parrish's numbers, and we don't believe in him. It's only over 16 at bats.
I think we got to get Tris Speaker in there though too, right?
He's so good. We can get him in. We just got to.
Can he go in left?
He can't, but he's the best center fielder with a 9 rating.
Oh, okay.
So he probably goes here, and Averill probably DHs.
All right, and put everything in.
Never run lefty, righty, lefty, righty, lefty. I like that. It leaves Doby out. Elmer Flick, great name. And then it looks like it's. I mean, I'm hitting Bell over Lindor.
Yeah.
Just come on, right? Lindor at short. Grady Sizemore, another guy.
Oof, man, if he didn't have injuries, he would have been.
He looked like a sure Hall of Famer, right?
Yeah.
He had like 5 years that he continually got better, and then right off it was injuries, but I mean, just right off the cliff.
Crazy injuries.
Ended up in Tampa Bay at the end, I think, where all careers go to die eventually. José Ramírez can play anywhere, but we're kind of we're out of infield spots. How are we not going to play José Ramírez?
Who's our DH? Just put Averill in right.
Okay, and hope they don't hit it to him.
Unless you want Elmer Flick in, but
no. I love the name, but okay. So Ramirez will DH. Averill goes to right.
I think I got to go Victor, huh?
It's either Sandy Alomar or Victor. Numbers are about the same, but Victor's the better glove and a switch hitter. So I like it. There you go.
Looking sharp.
Seems like everybody's happy. We had half an hour for 9 innings. Let's see if we can get this done. Let me know if you can hear this.
Pitching for Cleveland, Jim Bagby.
Yeah, sounds good.
For Detroit, center fielder, Ty Cobb.
Now, even though my heart's with Detroit, because my mom's a Tiger fan, we are actually playing as Cleveland today. So, hold on here. Options. Setup. Computer gets Detroit. Ty Cobb looks happy to be here. as usual. Maybe, hang on. Let's see if I can pump these up a little bit. Or if this is ridiculous. Yeah, that's a little too much. We'll bring it back on down. All right, as always, especially when it's your favorite team, Tino, if you see something you want to happen, let us know. Obviously, we haven't mastered the ins and outs of this game yet. Here's Jim Bagby. Oh, wait a minute. Had to give control to the computer. All right. Cobb's an incredible. I'm not walking him. He's an incredible bunter, so I'm at least coming in at third.
Bubble!
0-2 to Ty Cobb.
Left fielder, Al Kaline.
All right.
Cobb hasn't had his wins yet. I know Kaline's known as he played almost exclusively right field. A little first base. But he fits. He ranks well in left field too, so that's where we've got. Albert Bell makes
right
the catch.
Fielder, Sam.
Yeah, they have Bell ranked as an 8.
Right.
I don't remember him getting around that well, but
even as a young Joey, I don't remember him covering that much ground. But
pitching for Detroit.
There we go.
Newhouser.
Hall of Famer. Hal
leading
Newhouser.
off for Cleveland.
Newhouser.
Right fielder, Earl Averill.
Okay.
Second baseman, Knapp Lodgeway.
That's how you say it. I can't believe they said Nap Lodgeway correctly. Fly ball to center. Cobb's under it. He's mad at it.
First baseman, Jim
But he makes the
Tomei.
catch. Oh, man. You missed it, Roto.
What happened?
The computer
Third
said
baseman, Al Rosen.
Lodgeway and Tomei correctly, back to back. Like,
Wow, that's amazing.
holy smokes.
Things are happening.
Must have been a new software download or something. Let's see here. Yeah, that's fair.
They got some new ChatGPT update.
Right? Here's Al Rosen. Really good third baseman. I knew nothing about before throwing baseball. Oh, look at Tomei. Turn on the
Center
motors.
fielder.
There we
Tris
go.
Speaker.
Tris Speaker had that gangsta hat thing going on in the
Yeah.
1910s. Good for him.
Got the tilt going.
I think,
Oh, we're on the board.
look at that on the pass ball. Speaker started as a Red Sox. And I used to always make fun of Boston for trading away and letting their best players escape. And it was him and Harry Hooper and one other guy. They had three brilliant outfielders. And one of them, Hooper, I think, went to serve in World War I. And when he came back, they traded him immediately. Like, welcome home. We don't want you.
Jeez.
Okay. And then Speaker got traded to Cleveland. I didn't know why. And I read later that Hooper and whoever the right fielder was, or the left fielder, either way, the other outfielder, were Protestants. And Speaker was like violently Catholic. So he would just ride those guys all day, every day about their heathen religion. And
Yeah, they had their own troubles in the outfield.
it was Boston had some good reasons for shipping out future Hall of Famers for Speaker. But the thing I loved when I first started reading about Speaker, he would play so shallow in center that they had a pickoff play where he would just charge straight in, and the runner would be looking at the second baseman and the shortstop, right, and thinking, all right, I'm good here. I just got to watch the pitcher. And then the pitcher would turn and throw, and there's Tris Speaker on second base.
Crazy.
Faster than the coaches, I guess, could holler out. But I don't know how often that worked. But to even have the nuts to try that, like,
Perfect.
good on you, Tris. Oh, but
Catcher,
that's not as good.
Bill Freehan.
Here's Bill Freehan. Born in Michigan,
Designated
I
hitter,
think.
number 24, Miguel Cabrera.
Went to Michigan, played for the Tigers, and then coached Michigan after that. So I don't think you get more Wolverine than Bill
I was going to
Freehan.
say.
Right? He probably has claws, I imagine. Oh, look at this. It's a good thing we moved Miggy to the middle of the lineup.
First baseman, number 5, Hank Greenberg.
Nobody out, 2 men on. Here's Hank Greenberg.
Yeah, just Hank Greenberg up. Ugh.
He's Greenberg in it.
You don't run on Joey Bell.
Not if you're Bill
Shortstop,
Freehan.
Alan Trammell.
Here's Alan
Oh,
Trammell.
yeah, it's only Hall of Famer Alan Trammell. All right.
Yeah, hitting 7th, right? And Gehringer's hitting 8th.
Hey, Gary, you're right.
Not bad, right? Run, guys, run.
Ooh,
All
where we
right,
at?
throw home, 8% chance. Double play, 14% chance.
Oh, it's Bill Freehan, man. Tempting. I don't know. You make the call, man.
I'll tell you what, the next guy in the comments gets this call. Unless nobody's paying attention. Are we throwing home or are we trying for the double play? I'm just putting that out there. This is your chance. Take the out at first, Cameron's.
All right, that's fair.
Quickest on the pickup. All
We
right.
should try a double play, though. Huh?
We're trying for the double play, so we're actually probably going to get the out at second. But throw home, no. We'll try second, and Trammell legs it out. And we're tied up. 1.
Second baseman,
We got to get a fly on the out.
Gehringer.
Probably true.
Martinez just crossing himself as
Right,
the
exactly.
play develops.
Yeah, I wonder what it'd be like trying to convince a catcher from the 60s that you can't do that anymore, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so fly ball to Averill. Chance to throw out Cabrera at the plate, 25%. I'll take those odds.
Yeah, sure.
Throw home, yes. Or throw to second, 1% better chance to get the out, but the run would score. No. We're coming home. Out and home.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Detroit's challenging it. It's overturned.
Number 9.
Personally, I think we
Carlos
got hosed on
Ian.
that call.
I kind of visualized old Mickey rumbling down the base pass there.
Right? I mean, even young Mickey wasn't that fast. But here's Carlos Guillen hitting 9th.
It's like the only guy we can get out in that lineup.
Right? We got
Fielder,
him.
Albert Bell.
All right, Albert. It's here we go. Look, even the officials know Detroit needs a little help here. Oh,
Strike 3.
Shortstop, number 12.
right?
Francisco.
Somebody's paying
Linder.
attention. Appreciate it, Cameron. Here's Francisco, who will be a Met in eternal baseball eventually, but only
Designated hitter, number 11. José
Over
Ramírez.
Kevin Elster? I don't think so.
Right? Only when he's got more Met seasons than Cleveland seasons. So be a little while. But good news, Roto. He is 76% to steal second base.
Let's
One
do it.
out. Is it a hit and run or just a straight steal?
Let's do a straight steal.
All right, off he goes. Testing Bill Freon.
Uh-oh.
Oh, it's me.
Oh.
All right, fine.
Did he even slide? Did he even slide?
I don't think so. I think the second baseman tagged him on the way in. Here's Ty Cobb. Look at this. Cobb's hurting. We won a big game from Ty Cobb, especially with Tino here live. Don't embarrass me, Tyrus. Here's Al Kaline with a kind of sad-looking dribbler. Yeah,
Giambi did.
That should
be a verb.
It really should be, yeah. I mean, but Jason Giambi's like, what the hell did I do? You're like, no. It's your brother. Here's Sam Crawford.
Oh,
That's pretty slick.
way to go, Nap.
Lajway with the electric slide.
Catcher,
Not bad.
number 41. Victor Martinez.
All right, Victor. Boo-doo.
There we go.
Oh, it's rally time.
Send him.
Oh, that was another Eucharism I heard, maybe on the same podcast today. He said somebody asked him when he knew his career was winding down, which again was only 6 years, I think. He said it was when Gene Mock would look down the bench at me and say, "Hey, Euchre, get a bat and go kill this rally." Outstanding. Averill gives it a shot, but Crawford's under it. Fine. Great play. Fine. Here's Nap Lodge.
Should we hit and run?
No. Well, maybe.
Oh, did he get it? No.
No.
Shoot.
Cobb got it. Anything time you mix the word run with Victor Martinez, I get a little nervous, right? 2 down for Jim Tomei.
Ball 4.
Walking. Okay.
Take your base.
Al Rosen
Strike 3.
sits down. Oh, boy. So 2-1 Tigers as we go to the 4th. Here's Bill Freon. Excuse me. Looking good, Al Rosen. Here's Miguel Cabrera. It was hard to tell on that one, but speakers all over it. Hank Greenberg.
And this lineup.
Run. Al Rosen, sparkling defense. Tris Speaker's he's an amazing bunter, but I don't know why you bunt with Tris Speaker, right? Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. Just fair assessment.
I think Carson asked him once what his career highlight was, and he said he once saw a fan fall off the upper deck in Philadelphia.
Oh, no.
Okay. He's honest, at least. Oh, and he said, no, seriously, it's something you did. And he said, I once got out of a rundown against the Mets. All right, there you go. Here's Tris Speaker. Man, a 3-hopper back to Newhouser. Yeah, did win a title. Good for him. Here's Albert Bell. Nice. So somewhere Fernando Vina is sitting on the edge of his seat right now, going careful.
Yeah.
Careful.
It's waving to Gehringer.
ASU's Fernando Vina, by the way. Just saying. Here's Lindor. Tapping it to third. Oh, it's an infield single.
Wow.
What do you know? We got 2 men on, 1 out.
José Ramírez. Let's do it. Yep. No.
Oh, jeez. Come on.
He's got to get there.
He's in there. Safe.
All right.
With 2 down, we probably can't pull the old double steal okey doke here. So it is up to Victor Martinez.
Although I'd pay money to see Bell go into free-in.
I'd do it.
I mean, that'd be like one of those old NFL hits videos, right?
Right. I figured
early 80s.
They just throw through and get Ramirez a second, though. Right? Like, but yeah, I'd pay to see that collision.
That's right. Albert Bell had that one. Oh, I just missed it.
Mark flies out. I liked it when they confiscated his bat, which was crazy corked. And he got up on the top step of the dugout and went, no, it's right here, baby. Right here. And then I think it was Jason Grimsley did a Mission Impossible through the ductwork in the ceiling.
Was that that? Oh, I thought it was a different team. That's right. That's right.
Switch out the bat, yeah. Because they put it in the umpire's locker room for the rest of the game, locked up. Wow.
So did he actually come out of the ceiling? I
think so. Yeah. I think he came clean on it later. He got suspended. But I mean, come on.
Boy, they must have caught him though. Did they caught him in the act, or did
I don't know. I don't
suspect
think if they caught him right away, it wasn't made public right away.
It's like just a bunch of dust bunnies all over the desk. Right? And everything.
You got to imagine they didn't clean out
he places the wrong bat as the switch.
Right? So, yeah, the guy walks in and says, Billy Ripken. Hey, what's that say on the note?
The Billy Ripken.
Oh, here we go.
Is that right? Wow. So it was all.
I never saw that.
Interesting.
I've seen a handful of Mythbusters. I never saw that one.
There's a whole placebo thing, huh?
You needed Super Balls like Billy Hatcher. That's how you get the boom off the bat. You would think, yeah, that it. I guess the idea that it would increase bat speed, I could see, but you can't tell me it would help the actual connection off the bat.
Right. The structural integrity.
The structure, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here it was. Yeah, Grimsley having asbestos on his jersey later in the game was probably a sign something was up. All right, here we go. We're top of the 5th. Alan Trammell.
He's on the disabled list with mesothelioma or whatever.
Right. Charlie Gehringer. The crowd thinks he might have got it, but
that's a good team player, though. If you're Grimsley, yeah. I mean, you gotta have the respect to your teammates for.
Yeah, dude. Like, and I don't know how well Bell got along with his teammates. I think I never heard of him really being a problem with his team.
Yeah, I didn't either.
So violent towards the opposition. But if you're a middling reliever like Jason Grimsley, like, yeah, he ate like a 10-game suspension. So what?
Yeah. No, that'll get you an extra 6 months on the team, right?
Absolutely. And at the very least, nobody's going to mess with you because you got Albert Bell owing you one, right? Like, come on. Here's Carlos Guillen. Can Averill catch a ball as a right fielder? Yes, he can.
Water in the bat. That'd be interesting. I have to imagine that would be heavier.
It would probably slosh around a little bit too, which is a dead giveaway.
That's true, right? You're like having some weird donuts on the bat as you're trying to swing.
Right. Here's Ty Cobb grounding the second for the 3rd time. Maybe I don't know.
Man, one of these years, Cobb's he's gonna hit like 470.
He's got to, right? Just to, if there's any fairness in the world. Here's Earl Averill.
Oh, he's got to be there.
Trammell can do the jump throw.
Two.
No, he can't.
Send him. Where we at?
66.
Oh, let's hit and run with Elijah.
Right. Let's see here.
Oh. All right.
Hey, Knapp, that's not how the hit and run is supposed to work.
I expected a little more out of Knapp there. I'm not going to lie.
Hall of Famer and all. And then he flies out.
Maybe Tommy will get a bomb for us here.
Like a 9-hopper to first. Not feeling it right now, but it's still only 2-1.
Oh, at this rate, we might make our hour mark here.
It could be.
Oh,
Jesus.
Wow.
I never heard that story.
That's amazing.
I mean, I don't want to speak poorly, but I'm not sure that plane landed.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah. I mean, you got to have real problems if you're not attempting to land on a road there, right? But,
yeah.
Oh.
Man, I never heard that story. All right, here's out K-line. Quicker than I remember, but still out. Sam Crawford, who was the great power hitter before Babe Ruth, but he would lead the league with like 12. So it's a little mitigated there.
In his defense, weren't the fences like?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's when
390.
Yeah, when people say, "Oh, those players couldn't play in today's game," I'm like, dude, it was like 420 to the gap back then, right? Like, come on.
Frank Thomas would have like 12.
Right, exactly. And like 16-team league. So almost half of today's major leaguers would be in the minor leagues back then. The weaker half of today's current players. Now, on the flip side, totally segregated rosters. So there's some give and take, but higher mounds too.
Yeah, that's true, right?
No video review. They didn't travel as far, but the travel was a lot harder on trains, and it was a different ball game. But whenever anybody argues that Babe Ruth, Tris Speaker, Ted Williams couldn't play in today's game, I'm like, there's no way.
Well, and then you throw in nutrition and weight training and
right.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Some steroids. Babe Ruth on steroids would have been.
Come on, I'd love to see it. They just inject them into the hot dogs.
Looks like Thanos or something.
Right? You just snap the whole AL East out just like that. Here's Bill Freon. Oh, look at that.
Jump.
Oh, it's off the wall.
Oh, whew. Slipping away.
Oh, look at Freon's going.
Oh, he's doing it. No, we got him. He's out. Yeah, West Coast trip with St. Louis or Kansas City. Freon's got a 4% chance to steal home. I'm not terribly concerned about that, but it's something to keep our eye on. I did not expect Knapp to swing through a hit and run or Freon to get a triple.
Hey, a 28% chance to get him at home. I think we got to try it.
I think you got to do it.
3-1 in the sixth.
Sorry, Victor. Cross yourself one more time here.
Yep. I safe again.
Slipping away. I guess we got to get someone up, huh? Jason Grimsley.
I don't think he made the roster, but we can get somebody up. Cleveland's got, let's see, the names aren't bad. I'm not sure about the performance. So Cody Allen's been good in limited innings. So
very limited.
Right. Jose Mesa has one game and 1.1 inning, but not bad. Andrew Miller has been good.
Doug Jones. I like it.
Doug Jones.
Let's get Doug Jones up.
Leads the league in pouty face, but that's okay. The one guy who's been not good, Emmanuel Clase. Come on now. He couldn't have played in the 1910s. Today's athlete. All right, so Cleveland bullpen, Doug Jones.
Oh, Dave wants Jose Mesa.
I'll give you both. Well, wait, they're both right-handed, so. All right, I'll give you Jose Mesa first. Doesn't mean Doug Jones isn't coming up. Here's Hank Greenberg. Mesa's whip is over 2. Oof. But it's in 1.1 innings. Like, let's not be too harsh on Joe Table before we get him.
Joe Table.
Some people call him Joe Table.
Love it.
Here's Alan Trammell with 2 down. Tapper. But the Napster's all over it.
Wow. Is that the second web jam? Or no?
Yeah. Well, the first one
nice
should
play.
have been. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. So where are we here? Bottom of the 6th. Al Rosen. Stop hitting it to him. Speaker's an incredible bunter, but probably not with 1 out.
They're pretty good up the middle, aren't they, defensively?
They really are, yeah. Cobb making a great play. Here's Albert Bell with 2 down. Oh, he drops in there.
Send him.
He'll probably kill Gehringer on the way. 74%, Roto. I'll send him.
Yeah, let's send him. Get him in scoring position.
Look out, Charlie.
Oh, man. Friena just murdering us today.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so top of the 7th. Really proud of how Earl Averill has taken to the challenge of right field today.
It's really taking it for the team.
Yeah. Carlos Guillen dropping, I don't know if it was a bunt. Attempt a risky play. Outchance 9%.
Of course.
I don't know if people
This is
know.
the only guy we can get out, so we got to do it.
We live life right on the edge. Absolutely. Yeah, we'll try a risky play.
Oh, yeah.
Safe.
There we go.
Fine. Jose Mesa ready. Do we want Mesa for the top of the lineup here?
We got the music wrong.
What's that? Oh, is it? Ba-da-da-ba-ba-da. Okay, fine. Do we want Jose Mesa for Jim Bagby?
Let's let him pitch to Cobb.
All right.
Just as a gift to Tino.
Oh.
All right, gift over. Now it's time for the table.
Look at that.
Oh, no.
Bumble.
Oh, no.
Man. No, that's not it either. What are we looking at here? Ba-da-da-ba-da-da. Yeah, it doesn't really work. It's like sarcasm in print, my friend. It's just not the same thing.
Ba-da-da, da-da-da.
Oh, ba-da-da, ba-da-da. Okay.
I think that's it. It's been a while since I've seen it, but
I think we sifted out. But it's still Jose Mesa time. He's
Pitching
only
for Cleveland,
look at that mustache.
Number 49, Jose Mesa.
He's only got 20 pitches in him, though. So let's make this quick. Look at this. Now you're getting the kudos.
all right. Hey, I'm always pleased to contribute a little bit during the broadcast here.
Let's hope Jose Mesa can contribute.
Ball.
Nope. All right. So in case this goes south really fast, let's get Doug Jones. Warm up. So bases loaded, 1 out. Here's Sam Crawford.
That's all right. He's only hit 12 homers in a season.
Right.
Oh, did he get it? No.
No, Earl's on it.
Oh, Guillen is not trying his arm.
35% chance. Of course we're throwing him.
All day, every day.
From shallow right, the throw is in.
Hey.
Safe.
Jeez.
Victor. Yeah, I bet Sandy Alomar would have got at least one of these guys at home. 2 men on for Jose Mesa. Probably his last batter. Wow, Avril's got it, but barely. Oh. Says here Doug Jones can throw 50 pitches. That's awesome.
Oh. Could have used him in the 5th, maybe.
I just remember from his, I think he had the big old mustache, right?
That's what I remember.
He just always looked sour, right? Like, he was a good pitcher for a long time.
Yeah, I always kind of conflate him with Rod Beck in my mind a little bit, but
I think Beck had the big hair, though, in the back, right?
yeah, that's true. That's true.
It helped him from concussions on comebacks. So it wasn't a bad move. Mark Kelso thought it was great. Here's Francisco Lindor. We really need it.
Do we need to bunt? All right, it's too late.
He's a bad bunter. Not bad, but not great.
Run.
He didn't seem terribly interested.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't get down the line very quickly.
Here's José Ramírez, who's had kind of a lousy year by his standards. Here's Victor. Finally.
How do we have 8 hits and only 1 run? That's disappointing.
Telling you.
All right, who we got?
Earl Averill.
All right.
Come on, Earl. Look at this. It's a rally. Look at Victor take.
Oh, test and tie.
Cobb looks happy about it.
All right, Knapp. Let's go.
About time, Knapp. Come on now. Nope. Trammell doesn't even throw. He just does the Jeter walk over to second base. Mesa may be out of gas, you think? It is Doug Jones time.
All right, let's see it.
Doug.
He doesn't look that unhappy right there, right?
Yeah. Spring training. It was early in the season. Spring training photo.
He looks like a math teacher about halfway through the year, though, right? He's just like
a little bit, right?
4 months till summer break.
3 of the graphing calculators have been stolen already through the course of the year.
Cameron's killing us. Yeah, we've been a little aggressive, but I don't think we've been dangerously off the script.
If it's 75% chance or higher, I don't feel too bad about it.
This is pretty accurate. Right?
That's good.
Yeah, and you're going to have to go ask for it back in like 3 months, and you're the one who feels bad about it, right? Yeah.
Pinch hitting for Detroit.
Oh.
Bobby Beach.
Hello, Bobby.
Wow. Okay.
Not too many people pinch hit for Miguel Cabrera, Bobby. No pressure.
Yeah. Didn't see that one coming either.
Oh, look at this.
Oh,
it's
man.
off the wall.
Is he going 3?
No. If he'd have gone to third, Albert Bell would have got to him before he got there, I think. All right, so leadoff double for pinch hitter Bobby Beach.
That's only Hank Greenberg coming up.
Yeah, Tino was thrilled when he said we weren't going to play for the Tigers today. That's a good call. Here's Hank Greenberg. It's like, oh, look at Beach. Oh, and Tomei drops it.
Oh, throwing error?
It was E6, yeah, throwing. It was in the stands, so Greenberg ends up at second.
He scored?
No. Oh, and did he? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
6-1. This game's getting out of hand fast.
Beach.
Right?
Keep running our friend.
Man, it's like a conga line. Charlie.
Strike 3.
Sit down.
Go.
Carlos.
Strike 3.
Sit down. Can he strike out Cobb to sit aside? No, he didn't strike him out, but he got him out. All right. We need a rally, boys. Bottom of the eighth, down 6-1. Here's Jim Tomei.
Strike 3.
Here's Al Rosen. Travels all over that.
Man, Travels turned into Ozzie Smith.
Right? I should have played Harvey Keene. Chris Speaker. He got some of that, but Crawford's under it. Ugh. Doug Jones plugging along. He's got 29 pitches left in that right arm. Kaline testing Francisco Lindor's arm, but it works. Sam Crawford.
Ball 4.
Walking.
Take your base.
Bill Freehan, 2 for 4 on the day. To Rosen, to Lajway, to Tomei. Double.
All right. Looking good.
So just checking our bench against Newhouser, who apparently is going to go the whole way. OPS against lefties. So the only guy we got.
Flick, huh?
Flick or Carlos Santana. But Speaker already batted, so we're looking at Victor or Lindor. So Lindor, we might do Santana for Lindor. Here's Albert Bell.
Strike 3.
Sitting down. All right. Lindor is 2 for 3 though.
Yeah. Who's up next? Ramirez.
Yeah.
Let's say Flick for Martinez.
Okay. Here's Lindor. Oh, look at that, Roto. You know what you're doing here. Lindor's 49%. We're not going to run.
Yeah, I can't run out of this inning.
Down 5 in the bottom of the 9th. Can't do it. José Ramírez, man, we really could use something from you, buddy.
Strike 3. Hero.
Sitting down. All right. So
Let's do Flick.
Flick on name basis because Carlos Santana's actually got better numbers.
On the season?
Lower average.
Yeah, I'd go Flick.
I mean,
Santana has strikeout written all over him.
I just like the name. Elmer Flick.
Pinch hitting for Cleveland.
Hall of Famer
Flick.
Elmer Flick, by the way.
Yeah. We could maybe get Sizemore in there.
Oh, look at this. We're coming back, Roto. We're coming back.
One more base runner.
Top of the lineup. Here's Earl Averill. I mean, if you're Detroit, hold on. Their relievers have not been good. But, Henneman has not been terrible.
Get him up.
Yeah, Henneman's not bad. If I were Detroit, I would have Henneman up. So let's help him out a little bit. And then give control back to Detroit.
And strikeout.
Right? Yeah. Sizemore has a 500 on base, probably 1 for 2. Yeah, it could be. Averill sits down and it's
Newhouser, come on.
The final score from Progressive Field: Detroit 6, Cleveland 1. Hal Newhouser is the winner. He is now 6-6 on the season.
Yeah, 12 hits and 1 run.
He is now 7-5 on the season. Time of the game: 2 hours, 46 minutes.
One.
Through 150 pitches. It's not bad. Has to be the player of the game, right? Yeah, Hal Newhouser. So there you go. Big win for Detroit. Even though it's been a rough year, I want to point out that they are undefeated on the Eternal Baseball podcast. So that's good news. And that race tightens up a little bit. So happy about that. If you like what you saw, if you're new to Eternal Baseball, you can find us all over the place. The best place is eternalbaseball.com. That's our homepage. You can find everything we do there. We're also very active on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. There's lots of ways to interact with us. And one of the best ways is right here on the Eternal Baseball podcast every Sunday night. So we appreciate you spending a little time with us and hope you enjoyed an hour and 5 minutes of the best baseball ever, right? We're getting good at this. It only took 116 shows. So we appreciate you joining us, and we will see you again next week on the Eternal Baseball podcast.
Thanks, everyone.